very good sound to hear. 25 USF 2000 machines ready to roll for the final race of the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg weekend. This is the USF 2000, the first rung of the Mazda Road to Indy program. Cooper Tires, USF 2000 powered by Mazda. A full field, the biggest field of the weekend. 25 machines getting set to roll off onto the circuit. Mazda pace car away. Alex Barron, Igor Fraga ready to roll. Yesterday's winner now getting rolling. Kyle Kirkwood, followed by Lucas Cole, Jamie Caroline, Julian Vanderwatt, Bruna Tomaselli, Jose Sierra. Sierra runner-up yesterday. Darren Keene come home third. He will start on the inside of row number 8. He was our final podium finisher in race number 1. So Keene starting back in the field, but a fast race car. Will Keene be able to move forward? All eyes on Alex Barron. Alex Barron bring the field around for the final race of the weekend. Had contact in race number 1, finished 22nd. An odd start to this 2018 campaign. Some big dogs at the bottom of the timing and scoring sheet. Can Alex Barron redeem himself today? He has the field in hand. They make their way through turn number 10. For the final time this race weekend, we will look to see a start from flagman Paul Blevin. Here comes the field side by side. Alex Barron, Igor Fraga, then it's Kyle Kirkwood and Lucas Cole. Mazda pace car making its way onto pit lane. Alex Barron pacing the field through turn number 13, now through turn number 14. The field come. We're joined in the public address booth by the voice of the USF 2000 Championship, Rob Howden. Rob, this is going to be a thriller. Alex Barron, time to redeem himself.
No doubt about it. I think yesterday he could have had a good 10th place finish, but he had just turned fast lap of the race. He was pumped up. Field now set, and we are green, green, green. Igor Fraga will tuck right in behind. He'll look to the outside. Let's see who does the dive bomb this time into turn number 1. We're hoping they'll go clean. Good thus far. Does it get through deeper in the field? They do so far. Final race of this year's Mazda Road to Indy component, the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Come on, young guys. Stay on track. Let's get through here. Let yourself settle into position and go to work. One driver deep to the inside. That was a big move down into turn number 4. I'm not sure exactly which driver that was, but a deep move for sure there.
Wow, 3 wide. I don't think we've seen anybody dive that deep into turn number 4. Really shallow entrance to the turn as well, but made it stick. Potentially in that Caleb Frederick Holden Kaminsky portion of the circuit.
That's one of those passes down the inside where you kind of hold your breath knowing there's no grip down there. It's going to be dirty for sure. And somehow that driver was able to whoa it up. And to be honest, probably want to give a little props to the driver on the outside that could have forced the issue but said, you know what, no, we're opening lap. Let's just settle in. So our drivers getting underway nicely here on the opening lap. This race, as we said with our last race as well, this is USF 2000, 25 laps or 35 minutes for this race, Michael. And again, Alex Barron does come out of the box, leading the opening lap. Igor Fraga slots in the second. Lucas Cole in third. Jamie Caroline in the 4th spot. Kyle Kirkwood, yesterday's winner, now 5th. Caleb Frederick, 6th. Julian Vanderwatt, 7th. Jose Sierra, 8th. Calvin Ming, 9th. And Bruna Tomaselli rounding out your top 10.
Solar Oval trying to get around Donegan. That was a battle for 18th way back in the field, but they took that pass down deep into turn number 1, unable to make it stick.
You know, it's a 25-lap race. These guys can settle in. If you got a good race car, you're going to go to the front. There's enough places to pass at this racetrack if you can get the job done. I think we all know that. There's not a ton of places. You have to be real precise with your movements. You got to set a pass up a couple of corners early, but you can make the pass, especially if you get a good run onto the front straightaway. You just have to take your time here.
5 more laps than they saw yesterday. It was a 20-lapper yesterday. 5 more laps today. and a great learning experience for these young drivers. They have so much different types of rubber down on this track right now. They saw the track when it was completely cold. Not a good day for race number 1 for them. Beautiful day today, completely different conditions, and they're handling themselves beautifully.
This one is going to be Alex Barron's to lose. He is such a mature driver. He's been a race winner before in USF 2000, a race winner as well in the Indy Lights category, trying to reset his career, get an opportunity to run with Swan RJB Motorsports, has a very limited budget, but trying to get back here in the Mazda Road to Indy and get his name known again. Alex Barron, a young driver out of France, who we saw run in 2014-15, tried to get back in 16, had some visa issues. He is back in USF 2000 with Swan RJB, and he would love to get a win here today after the issues from yesterday.
That was a great pass down there in turn number 1. Rasmus Lind getting around Bruno Tomaselli. That was a good pass in turn number 1. We'll see if Lind can hold on to that pass as the field makes their way down Bayshore into turn number 10. Alex Barron a half a second lead over Igor Fraga.
Let's have a look at the drivers who were on the podium yesterday, where they run right now. Kyle Kirkwood was your winner yesterday. He's currently in the 5th spot. Jose Sierra in 8th was 2nd yesterday. And Darren Keene, who was 3rd, now 16th. So there's the issue here, man. We got so much talent in this field. You kind of rely on some of the chaos to be able to come through to work your way forward, but otherwise, we got a bunch of new drivers running up front, and a good battle here. Lucas Cole just turned fast lap of the race, looking to make a move on Igor Fraga. He'll go 2 wide into turn number 1. Fraga drove him down to the inside, blocked him to the inside. Good defensive move for Fraga, didn't come back out. And right through the braking zone goes Lucas Cole, locked him up, had the full wheel, and had to wait for that thing to come back.
Well, Lucas Cole trying to get around him in turn number 4, but Igor Fraga able to hold him off. Actually, that was Caroline.
That was, I think, Caroline.
That
took
was
advantage.
Caroline.
Remember, Lucas Cole obviously did not get a good run out of turn number 1 after trying that maneuver. Back on the throttle, didn't have the exit speed. That allowed Jamie Caroline, who won the British F4 Championship last year, to take the position running for BN Racing.
Exactly right, and that stacked up Kirkwood, Frederick, and Vanderwatt behind them, so that's going to be a tight battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. There they go through turn number 10. So Lucas Cole drove her deep into turn number 1, and that allowed Igor Fraga to brake check him, got back around, and that checked Cole up, and Caroline, Kirkwood, and Frederick on the charge.
Little surprised by the pace right now for Darren Keene. I figured he'd be turning it up a little bit. He may be mired back a little bit. He's about 4/10 of a second behind Manuel Cabrera. Keene maybe just settling in and not wanting to make that mistake. Once they start to kind of get themselves into position here now, 4 laps in, with 21 laps to go, you can go back to work.
Jamie Caroline, nice pass on Lucas Cole. Now Caleb Frederick trying to get around Kyle Kirkwood. That's the battle in turn number 3.
Great racing all the way through the field. Michael picking up that fight between, as he said, Kyle Kirkwood, Caleb Frederick, and Julian Vanderwatt. Vanderwatt for Team Pelfrey, the reigning South African F1600 champion, was the runner-up the 2 years before that. So definitely a fantastic talent for us to add to the USF 2000 lineup this year. Vanderwatt running with Team Pelfrey in the number 80. They actually won here last year in the opener with Robert McGuinness. But here's your top 10 here, 4 laps in. Barron, Fraga, Caroline, Cole, and Kirkwood. Then it's Frederick, Vanderwatt, Ming, Sierra, and Rasmus Lind.
Well, Kyle Kirkwood doing a nice job.
I think we had a pass back there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was.
10. We'll try to pick that up. Not sure exactly who that was, but a good move to the inside of turn number 10. I want to say that might have been Rasmus Lind going by Jose Sierra.
Oh, nice battle coming down the front straightaway. That's the battle with Kyle Kirkwood. Starting to look on the rear wing of Lucas Cole.
Yeah, Lucas right down to the bottom of the track. Kirkwood's going to try to go around the outside. Doesn't quite get it, but almost side by side. Here they are coming through. Kirkwood thinks better of it. That's a very experienced move by Kyle Kirkwood. Now that's going to put Frederick right on his rear bumper, and actually Kirkwood's going to go full defense down to the inside of the racetrack.
Vanderwatt's there too.
You're going to watch it when you do that. When you make that defensive move, you're only allowed one move. If you dive across to the inside of the racetrack, you better stay down there low because you can't come back across. You can't be reactive in terms of defense. You have to be proactive. You can run down there if there's nobody around. You got enough of a gap, but if somebody's making a move on you, you can't react to their move.
Well, Lucas Cole needed that break because after his move down in turn number 1, he just lost all his rhythm, and everybody had been pouncing on him. Now Kyle Kirkwood under attack by Caleb Frederick. Vanderwatt, Calvin Ming, Lynn, they're all there together.
You know, interesting for Lucas Cole, you'd have to bet that they were on the radio talking to him saying, you know what, you relax. You made a really solid move to try to get the pass. Guys are behind you, but you have the speed. Just reset your mind. Let's go forward again.
Field completing lap number 6. Now working on lap number 7. Looks like Calvin Ming looking to the inside. No, that's Lynn looking to the inside of Ming. Lynn gets around Calvin Ming.
You know, that's a driver on the move right now, Rasmus. Remember, he was outside the top 10, was running 11th. He got by Bruno Tomaselli from Team Pelfrey. Then he gets by Jose Sierra from DE Force Racing. Now by Calvin Ming from Pabst Racing, his teammate. Rasmus Lent in the number 23. Very impressive. A young driver who finished 5th last year in the World Karting Championships in the senior category. If you can do that, you got skills, because that is the absolute top level of karting. Rasmus, a young driver from Sweden, and we're really excited to have him part of the Mazda Road to Indy now.
Difference between yesterday and today for Darren Keene. Obviously a podium finish, had a bad start back in the field.
He started 15th.
Right.
It really...
And he's running 16th now, so Keene's not even picked up a spot. Completely different, obviously running in traffic.
The biggest thing about this category is it is so competitive, and there are really, as we said, only a couple places to pass aggressively here at St. Petersburg. He's probably hung up right now. He's trying to run down Corey Enders and Cabrera. He's 0.3 of a second. He's right behind Cabrera. He just hasn't been able to make a pass. Here's back to this right here. Coming down the front straightaway. Keene's going to talk to the outside. Cabrera's going to try to push him over. Keene on the outside. Cabrera on the inside. They'll try to crisscross coming through one. Really throwing everything he can at him. But to be honest, Cabrera just holding them off and actually doing a pretty good job. Last time by 14-1, 14-2s. Based on lap times, they're probably exactly where they are right now. And they're not getting down into the mid-13s. Which is what you see drivers doing in the top 10.
Boy, how about this run from Jamie Caroline? Now starting to put the pressure on Igor Fraga.
Interesting thing about Caroline was the fact that this was a very late announcement that he was coming to run. In fact, I think earlier this week, we had expected to see Zach Holden in that spot with BN Racing. It ended up that Holden moving over to DE Force after that ride was actually given to Jamie Caroline. So some late season, right before the race, seat swapping. And it's been a good run for Jamie Caroline. Getting comfortable here.
Get ready, because I think he's going to make a pass on Igor Fraga right now. Let's see the run down into turn number 1. Jamie Caroline within a car length. He'll look to the high side. Now he ducks down low.
Wow, big move down to the bottom of the racetrack. Gets him pushed wide. Fraga gets a much better run out. Hey, listen, let me tell you this right now. Jamie Caroline, British Formula 4 champion. Fantastic year, solid talent. I think Igor Fraga might be that unknown talent that we just picked up here on the Mazda Road to Indy. I talked to some of my insider sources in the offseason saying, I think I told you this yesterday, whoever picks up Igor Fraga, nobody's signed him yet. If he signs, he's going to win some races. Oh, almost into the wall there for Caroline. Just brushes the wall coming through 8 and 9. But Igor Fraga is a kid that we're going to watch. Super nice young man. I met him a couple days ago, and we just after the race day was kind of sitting and talking to him. Polite, well-spoken, just a great young personality. But this kid can wheel. In this number 91 exclusive Autosport entry, remember, those cars were fast last year with Parker Thompson. He was able to win 3 races. Igor Fraga, who has already won 1 race this year in the F4 NACAM Series, which is in Mexico, won a race just about a month ago. This guy can get the job done.
Fraga, Caroline, that's settled down, but now Lucas Cole having a little spat with Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle Kirkwood pulling within a car length. Doesn't look like he's going to give Lucas Cole any battle, but he does look outside. Now he tries to duck band down low, tucks in behind the rear wing of Lucas Cole. Does Kyle Kirkwood. That's the battle for fourth.
Darren Keene, again, we talked about his battle for that 15th position with Manuel Cabrera. Not able to get any closer. Cabrera finally into the 13s. They're 1.8 seconds behind Corey Enders and quicker by almost a full second. We may see Cabrera and Keene catch up to actually Kaminsky and Enders. That could be interesting in the late going.
Wow, that was a great battle with Kyle Kirkwood and Lucas Cole. They went at it in turns 4, 5, 6. And they were still continuing that battle through turn number 7. Kirkwood had to lay back just a little bit. He was all over the rear wing of Lucas Cole, tried to make that pass in 4.
And look who's right there ready to pounce. That is the number 24, Kalen Frederick, who's running for Pabst Racing this year. Kirkwood now goes on the defensive because he's got Frederick and Rasmus Lind now in there. He is the fastest driver on the racetrack. He may not be the outright quickest, but he's moving right now. Rasmus Lind right up on the gearbox of Kalen Frederick. Let's see if he tries to move down here in turn number 1, Michael. He gets a big run on to the straightaway. Rasmus Lind in the black number 23. He'll look to the inside on Frederick. Book it. Beautiful pass to the inside. Just a stellar pass there. Textbook. Got the draft. Went to the inside. Took over the apex. And took over the exit. Beautiful pass there again for Rasmus Lind. He was 11th at one point, all the way up to 6th position now.
Kyle Kirkwood was really pushing the issue with Lucas Cole. Lost a lot of ground, and that really gave Kalen Frederick the fits. Rasmus Lind from 14th. He's now running in the 6th position after he got around Kalen Frederick. Great move, as you said, down 1.
He's the hard charger right now, the Swedish driver, the number 23. Able to get by Kalen Frederick. He's trying to make a move now on Kyle Kirkwood, who really had stacked them all up behind him. Kirkwood, who had the speed yesterday, got out front, was able to win. Oh, there's a lock up there. That's Frederick, I believe, locking up. He's got Vanderwatt right behind him. But into turn number 10 there, Kalen Frederick locking up the right front.
Great battles all throughout this 25-car field. The battle for the lead, Alex Barron's checked out. That's over a 3-second lead now for Alex Barron. But that battle for second, Caroline and Fraga now down to a half a second. We keep our eye on the Kirkwood-Lind Frederick battle as well.
Little wiggle there again for Kalen Frederick in the number 24. He's wheeling that thing to the best of his ability right now. But look at it, he's got Julian Vanderwatt and Jose Sierra right off the gearbox. A lot of pressure being put on young Kalen Frederick. Remember, only 15 years of age. And Rasmus Lind, who's been able to get by, kind of maybe to shake it up. Frederick a little bit. Vanderwatt putting a ton of pressure on him in that yellow and black Team Pelfrey number 80.
And remember, Sierra was on the podium, finished second yesterday, and now trying to put some pressure on Vanderwatt. Vanderwatt trying to put the pressure on Kalen Frederick.
Well, look at this right now. As it stands, we're going to have a completely different podium that we had yesterday if it were to finish right now. Barron, Fraga, and Caroline. Yesterday was Kirkwood, Sierra, and Keith. Darren Keene now up into 15th position. He's able to get by Manuel Cabrera. So Keene now to 15th position, 3.4 seconds behind Corey Enders.
I'll give Kyle Kirkwood another 2 laps maybe. He's starting to close back in on Lucas Cole.
It'll be crossed halfway flags next time by Michael. 13 down, 12 to go. Our USF 2000 drivers performing extremely well here in the second end of a doubleheader and the final race of this year's Grand Prix of St. Petersburg.
It's been a good race so far.
Yeah, it has. It's been, and you know what? All we really want for these young drivers is for them to go 25 laps, green to checker. That's the first check mark. Then we want to see really good battles throughout the field. I don't care if the guy's battling back there for 20th or 23rd. As long as you're in the middle of a dogfight, you're luring, and that's what it's about here for the drivers in the very first run of the Mazda Road to Indy. We want seat time, we want experience, we want to put them through everything on track and off track, and we want to make sure they're racing wheel to wheel.
Jamie Caroline had contact yesterday, finished 24th, but wheeling it today, starting to put that pressure again on Igor Fraga. The battle for second. They're 4 or 5 seconds now behind Alex Barron, the leader, but a good battle for second. About 4 car lengths separate Fraga and Caroline. Further back in the field, Lucas Cole coming under attack again from Kyle Kirkwood, starting to close that gap. Lind all by himself. Then it's Frederick, Vanderwatt, and Sierra.
You know, the interesting thing, Michael, about Jamie Caroline, a guy that's used to winning, had a really good run last year in British F4 to win the championship. He's used to being up front. He's used to leading races. He wants to win races. But after that DNF yesterday, do you change your mindset coming into this one? Do you bring it home third? He's made a couple of runs on Igor Fraga already. Made a good run down the inside of Fraga in turn 1. Fraga went inside out on him. How many times do you take a shot at it? You get in the wall again and get 2 DNFs here. You change your entire year. And you look right now, the fact that Kirkwood's in 5th and Sierra back in 9th and Keene in 15th. This championship, in terms of just the top of the order of the standings, is wide open right now. You don't need to have another DNF. You need a good finish to claw your way back up. This is a long season before we get to Portland International Raceway on Labor Day weekend.
Well, Jamie Caroline will be there in case Igor Fraga makes a mistake, because he's closed that gap down to 2 car lengths. Even closer is Lucas Cole and Kyle Kirkwood out of turn 14. Kyle Kirkwood has caught Lucas Cole. It's a drag race down to turn 1.
Yeah, look at Cole driving it all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Kirkwood gets a really good run on the outside, gets enough. He's going to try to go wide. Let's see what happens. He'll go around the outside. They come through. Couldn't quite get the job done. It looked to me like he was there enough, but as he started to turn in, just couldn't make it stick. But
better job that time than the last time. He didn't lose all that ground.
And you can see it. He was right on him. Look at this here. He's got, I'm telling you, he's got Lucas Cole looking left and looking right. There he is to the inside. Oh, almost contact. They're side by side coming out of turn number 5. Michael, this is good racing.
All over the rear wing, and then Rasmus Lind is there as well, just to take advantage of any mistake that potentially could be made.
Look right behind him. It's Frederick, Vanderwatt, and Sierra there as well. That is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th already to battle. I love this racing in USF 2000. 3 wide to turn number 10.
Boy, Lind took a look inside of Kyle Kirkwood, thought better of it, checks back in under the rear wing of Kyle Kirkwood. Now Vanderwatt starts to take a look to the outside of Frederick. Indeed, he got it.
He got it. Wow, what a pass for Julian Vanderwatt. I think it was Julian Vanderwatt. This is great racing. These drivers at USF 2000 putting on a show for us here, your final race of the weekend. I'm going to hazard a guess saying the best Mazda Road to Indy race we've had so far this weekend. Tremendous racing outside the top 5. Again, look at Kalen Frederick under attack from Rasmus Lind, Julian Vanderwatt, and Jose Sierra in there. 15 laps down, 10 laps to go. And once again, we'll say hello to everyone watching live, whether you're on the Mazda Road to Indy app, roadtoindy.tv, and the new race control page, whether you're on Facebook Live, YouTube, or USF2000.com. We're thrilled that you're joining Michael Young and I, Rob Howden, as we present you with the final 10 laps of this year's Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. I keep saying, Michael, with the talent we have in USF 2000, this Mazda Road to Indy is in good hands at this point, because so much young talent coming in here at the first step.
Yes, indeed. Great battle in the back, and I believe Jamie Caroline has caught Igor Fraga again. We'll see that battle as it exits turn 14. It's again down to about 1 car length. Every time they come out of turn 14, Fraga gets a really nice run, but this time, Jamie Caroline hanging a little more with him. Starts to take a look to the inside. Will tuck back in, but a nice move, and he's really starting to let Igor Fraga know he's there. Further back in the field, it's Lind and Frederick going into turn number 1. Lind looks to the inside. Near contact and continue on.
Side by side coming out. No. Oh, no, that's Lind through. Indeed.
Yep.
Lind is through, and look at, here comes Julian Vanderwatt. Vanderwatt's going to look to the inside. Sierra's coming with him. We're going to be 3 wide into turn number 4. Here they come. Vanderwatt to the inside. They'll go side by side all the way through the next corner. Tremendous racing. Oh, they're holding on. Look at this racing, Michael. Vanderwatt to the inside now. Kalen Frederick. Sierra trying to hold on to it. Almost into the wall.
Wow, Sierra got around Frederick along with Vanderwatt. Sierra was just dogging it right through the slowest complex of this course and able to make a pass. Well done.
Tremendous racing for USF 2000. Another pass to the inside. Sierra almost into Vanderwatt. Hey, what I like here, Michael, and I think you'll echo this, is we're seeing great respect side by side. They're not pinching each other off. You can't do that in an open-wheel car. They are running side by side, wheel to wheel, like they've been doing this together for 10 or 15 years. This is just amazing racing.
I'd throw this out as one of the best races of the weekend. This has been really exciting.
It's the best Mazda Road to Indy race we've had this weekend.
Certainly.
Not even a challenge. Let's hope that they can bring this home. 8 laps to go. And these drivers are absolutely putting on a show for the fans who are still here. And if you look at the grandstands, there are still people hanging out, enjoying it. Verizon IndyCar Series racing is over for a couple hours.
But as we've always said, this is the future. These names you'll hear for years to come, and it's always great to see them do what they do best, learn and put on a great show. They really put on a great show.
Jose Sierra out of Mexico City, Mexico, in the number 12 for DE Force Racing. Just a great weekend all around. Qualified well in the opening race. Obviously finished second after starting on the pole position. He's trying to get another good finish. He knows if he can finish somewhere inside the top 10, he'll be happy. Currently 8th, putting a lot of pressure on Julian Vanderwatt, the South African F1600 champion. Vanderwatt masterful, though, as he was able to get by Kalen Frederick. And, you know, a quiet run that we haven't talked about at all yet is Zach Holden, currently in the 10th position. Here's that battle further back. This is, again, Lucas Cole and Kyle Kirkwood. This thing just keeps battling it out. Kirkwood's going to go to the bottom this time. He tries to the bottom. It's going to be slippery. He'll go wide. No. Wow. I love it, though.
And I really think Lucas Cole knew if he let him go down there, he'd get in that dirty part of the track and not be able to hold his line.
Here's what I like about Kyle Kirkwood. He's twice tried to go around the outside, and he said, you know what, it didn't work for me. I'm going to try to go to the inside now, and maybe next time he'll be able to jink to the outside. Maybe he's going to have, you know, Lucas Cole starting to think, wow, this guy's trying me, you know, inside, outside. He's by.
No.
No? He looks like he's by.
Yeah, he did. He got by.
I think he's by. Or is that?
No,
that's actually Rasmus Lind coming up here now.
Lind caught up.
So what happened there again, like we saw before, Kirkwood lost all that exit speed after pushing up through turn number 1. Very similar looking cars between Lucas Cole and Rasmus Lind, both for Pabst Racing.
And Cole lost a lot of momentum too when they both went in. They slowly got through.
Spin. That's Rasmus Lind. I want everybody having trouble coming through. That's a big wreck for Rasmus Lind. That's coming into turn number 14. I don't think he's going to be fine, but it was just a spin where it ripped the front off and the rear off. We got full course yellow with 11 minutes remaining.
The only thing I could think is if he hit a curb at turn number 12, just lost that rhythm following right behind Kyle Kirkwood, that potentially he hit the wall hard at 13. Here's a replay. He's already around.
Sideways. You're right. No, you're right, Michael. You hit it perfectly. As they came out at turn number 13, he must have dropped the wheel probably into the dirt. That thing started to rotate counterclockwise, and it came all the way around. He hammered the outside retaining wall. You can see a couple other drivers here locking the brakes up coming through.
That's Jose Sierra, yeah. 11 and 12, you got the curve at 11. Then it shoots you out in 12. If he hit it hard in 11, by the time he hit 12, he lost all control and buried it in the wall there at the entrance of 13.
If we can, let's get another look at that replay now that we're all kind of reset here. And a tough one for Rasmus Lind. He was having a tremendous run and worked his way from 14th all the way up, I believe, into I think he was running 6th spot.
And potentially that rhythm, because he's right there with Kyle Kirkwood and Lucas Cole. And Kirkwood's right in front of him. He might be thinking, I can make a pass, and that curve just comes up so quick.
Yeah, see, you said it. He's already coming through. He'll nose it in. It spins around. He catches that right front, brings him all the way around, left rear as well. He's even going to get, right rear. He's going to get left rear when he makes the next contact. You see that tire being ripped off. The wings are gone in the front and the back.
And you watch Jose Sierra come in there, and that's Vanderwatt locks him up. Yep.
Yeah, that's Julian Vanderwatt.
And then Sierra. They both lock him up. Oh, there's probably debris all over. There's probably a debris field out there.
Well, it's also going to, you're coming into that corner. Your eyes are looking to the apex. Right. You're looking to the apex, and all of a sudden you just see this happen. You're going to look over. You've already missed your braking zone.
Right.
So you're locking it up a little bit. Well, how about we all take a big collective breath, because those laps, those midway laps were absolutely stellar.
You don't see racing through turns 4, 5, and 6, too wide with the third car behind him like we just saw. That was great.
I'm very impressed with these guys. Again, we come into a race like St. Petersburg, probably not the best place to bring the rookie drivers to start the season, but this is such a race we don't want to miss. We want everybody to be here, the entire Mazda road to Indy. And it's tough for these young drivers because, as we said, there's just absolutely no margin of error, and you're pushing hard. It's the first time you've been on a street circuit. And to watch what these guys did coming through, as you said, 4, 5, 6, and 7, side by side, giving each other room. The cars are just dancing all over the place. You got guys diving back down the inside. It was a level of respect that I found was absolutely amazing in those particular laps where they were running like they were, giving each other room, making sure, because all you got to do is lock a wheel here. If you try to block somebody who's beside you, you're going to wreck both cars. It's not something you can do. You have to block and be in front and make that move to come across the bow. If you're trying to pinch someone, you're just pulling the checkbook out, because both of your wheels are going to be tangled up, and the damage is going to happen. So,
and these drivers are very accomplished, and I think you hit a point right there. We want them to be together, getting ready to go back to green, but it's that baptism by fire. You put these young, talented kids into the deep end. Okay, you throw them into the deep end of the pool, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to succeed and really impress you with what they're able to do.
Well,
here we go.
We talk about these drivers. I'm surprised. They still got the truck. The truck was still over in turn number 15. No, we're going back to green. Here we go. You're right. Kyle Kirkwood trying to make the move again to get by Lucas Cole. Big lock up from third position, Jamie Caroline. He'll lose 2 spots. Lucas Cole and Kyle Kirkwood through as Jamie Caroline locks it up into turn number 1. That pushed him way wide. Lucas Cole and Kyle Kirkwood slide through. Here they come, Michael.
Boy, Jose Sierra is all over now, the rear wing of Jamie Caroline. Caroline went from third to now battling back there, lost a position, nearly there to Kyle Kirkwood.
Here we go again.
Wow.
We talked all about it already. You got to give each other room. 4, 5, turn 6, turn 7. Side by side through again. Look at just enough room. The double apex, 8 and 9, Michael. Tremendous racing here on the restart.
Boy, Kyle Kirkwood did a great job. Jumped all over Jamie Caroline when he lost that spot. There we see Vanderwatt. They're making their way down. They have jumbled this running order.
Lots of time still. If we do go to a time race, that's not going to happen. 7 minutes, just 4 laps to go. In fact, it'll be 3 laps to go next time by. Great start for Alex Barron. Again, jumping out into the lead. He'll set the pace here. Igor Fraga runs in second. Caroline, though, as we said, lock up in turn number 1, drops all the way down the field.
Frustrating for Jamie Caroline.
Yeah.
He'd been all around Igor Fraga all day. Finally had an opportunity and missed it.
Still P5.
Right.
So he was trying to go for the race win, and most team owners like that. They want you to make a move for it. Trying to get into second place, just overcooked a little bit going in. We do have a driver potentially coming into pit lane. That is an issue for one of the exclusive Autosport drivers. That's Manuel Cabrera. I believe a spin in the final corner for Cabrera. Look at this battle coming into turn number 4.
Jamie Caroline falling to 5th. Jose Sierra tried to pass in turn 5, was not able to do so, but that bottled up Sierra, Vanderwatt, Holden, and Ming. They're all running together through the Pioneer Park portion of the circuit. Turns 8 and 9, the run down to 10.
This is just this race-long battle between Lucas Cole and Kyle Kirkwood. Kirkwood has thrown everything he could at the Brazilian, just can't quite get the job done.
And Jamie Caroline's right there again. He's going to give Kyle Kirkwood some business before this race is over. Great battle right there. The 22 of Cole, Kirkwood, and Caroline. All 3 cars running nose to tail. Then it's Jose Sierra and Julian Vanderwatt.
Look at this battle. I love it. That's the final position on the podium, Michael. That's Alex Barron, Igor Fraga, and Lucas Cole. Kyle Kirkwood and Jeremy Caroline in there as well. Cole likes the bottom of the racetrack. Again, we saw this. Here goes Kirkwood, way wide. He's going to try to get a big run through, and he does it. Oh, look to the inside, not quite enough.
Tried to fight back, did Kyle Kirkwood on Lucas Cole, right on the rear wing. Now they make it through turns 2 and 3. Now working to turn 4. Kirkwood not giving up. Kyle Kirkwood looking to the outside. Now the inside of Lucas Cole, and Jamie Caroline is right there.
We'll see white flag next time by. Tremendous battle for the last couple spots on the podium, Michael.
I believe Jose. Oh, an
27.
issue. Unbelievable.
The 27 out of the race. That's Colin Kaminsky. That's excessive rear damage, left rear damage to Colin Kaminsky.
My apologies. I thought Jose Sierra got around Jamie Caroline. We lost that shot when we went to this caution.
One thing, he's off the well off the racetrack. I don't think we're going to go full course yellow, and hopefully he's given the signal that he's okay. Otherwise, I think we're going to see the white flag this time by. I don't think we'll go, because I said he's well off the racetrack. Wherever that incident is, he's off track. So this will be the final circuit. In fact, white flag flying here for Alex Barron. Igor Fraga in second. Lucas Cole third. Jamie Caroline by Kyle Kirkwood to take over fourth. Sierra in sixth. Up into 10th or 7th position, Zach Holden. Tremendous run for Zach Holden. Calvin Ming in 8th. 9th, Kalen Frederick. And 10th is Corey Enders. Darren Keene up into 12th position. Just a really good workman day for Darren Keene to get himself back up into the top dozen.
Jamie Caroline was working Kyle Kirkwood in turns 4, 5, 6, and 7. Sierra tried to get around there. He checked up as we go full course caution.
Oh, we do. That's it. Another driver
spin.
off. That's another. I thought it might be Igor Fraga. I think Igor Fraga potentially into the wall in turn number 8 while running second. No. Igor Fraga had second, locked and loaded, and potentially, I think that's Fraga. Full course yellow, and it'll be checkered flag this time by. That's it for the race. There's Paul Blevins going to pass the checker over. That was in turn number 8. I hope it wasn't Igor Fraga. He's running by himself. No,
it's not.
No, that's not Fraga. That might have been Cabrera. That's Manuel Cabrera. I was going to say, running second place. Alex Barron will get the win for Swan RJB Motorsports. Igor Fraga in second. Lucas Cole third. Davey Caroline fourth. Cal Kirkwood in fifth. Sixth is the DE Force Racing driver, Jose Sierra. Zach Holden. A tremendous run for Holden as he comes back from deeper in the field to get sixth. Seventh. Calvin Ming in eighth. Kalen Frederick in ninth. And Corey Enders rounding out your top 10. Indeed, that was Manuel Cabrera who looped it. He had a spin already. Went back around again in turn number 8. But the bottom line here, Alex Barron with a big victory coming back after the issues yesterday. Igor Fraga in second. Lucas Cole in third. A completely different podium than we had from race number 1.
Race 2 of USF 2000 here in St. Petersburg, Florida is done, and Alex Barron is the winner. Now, Alex is already a winner on the Mazda Road to Indy in Indy Lights competition, but he returns to victory lane for the first time with USF 2000. But by how sweaty and red this guy is, it just goes to show you that it is not easy to win on any level of the Mazda Road to Indy. Alex, would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. When we first got here, it wasn't very easy for us, but we kept working really hard. Base setup of the car was always great, but we just needed to readjust certain things throughout the weekend, and we managed to find those little imperfections on the car, and here we are.
And tell me about your team, Swan RJB Motorsports. You got a lot of happy crew members down here.
Yeah, I couldn't thank them enough. They rung me up like 2.5 weeks ago, and yeah, I wasn't even ready for that offer. They've done an unbelievable job on the car. I must admit, they've changed completely, like the preparation, how they approach the weekends and stuff like that. It's really, really good.
I know. Unfortunately, you guys won't be joining us in Alabama next month, so next time we'll see you on track is in Indianapolis in May. Can you wait that long to get back on track?
I'm gutted. I'm not going to Alabama, to be honest. I really love Barber, but it's the way it is. But I'm really looking forward to Indy.